Hey, it's Shiro. Today's video will be a bit different. I'm kind of going. I'm trying to do another video, kind of introducing myself a little bit more and things like that. Um, this one is not going to be. This one I think might be a little controversial. Maybe not. It all depends on your aspects of belief and things like that. I'm not going to say religion because it's not may not be that deep, but belief, but beliefs. And um, the thing is, I have a belief. I You can say I worship dragons. This is why I have two videos that actually have when I've defeated dragons in this game, Elden Ring. Um, I have considered myself a heretic. It's due to the fact that I worship dragons, that I in a sense call myself a heretic because I defeated them. Now, I know it may sound kind of weird, but uh, there's elements to how I believe. The biggest part is that life and death are are necessary, and that there are beings that watch over death and life, and that would be the two main dragons. Also, my other belief is that there are other dragons that are elemental in powers and things like that that look over the elementals. And I know to most people that would sound ludicrous and things like that. Just like I've always had this thought of different, possibly spirit realms, and that would be the reason for all the different types of things that people worship. And that's kind of how I believe. Um it's in a sense I've always tried to figure out the reason where that a lot of people are so creative, even people that aren't really as creative as others. Why do they seem to have a focus around certain aspects of games and things like that? Now, this does not mean every type of game out there is real. Some are actually just fictional. But things that seem like they would be like things like mecha and shows that have mechs and things like that. A lot of these somewhat science fictiony that still have a basis in reality. um, that still have a basis in some type of reality, and that is where I kind of draw the line. These shows that are like kid shows and things like that are that have no basis in reality are just made up. So I'm talking about things like scientifical, or not scientifical, but science fictiony, but not any elements of being completely out there. But games like the battle, uh, the BattleTech universe, things that have some basis in some type of reality, and for me, maybe there's spirit worlds that connect us to those, connect certain people to certain things like that. And that's why I say that, but maybe we have a connection to those types of realms. I, it's, I'm not going to say it's like a Matrix type thing where it's a computer, but it's, um, it's in a similar vein, but not in a computer system, but in some type of like realm of existence that once we die, that realm opens up to us, or something like that, something like that, or in some cases, for different religions, um, so it's, I don't know how exactly to explain it. If I did, I would explain it better than what I am. But it's kind of in that vein of being, kind of being in that vein of it being, I don't want to call it a matrix, but in some type of realm of existence, a plane of existence that we don't know about. But I'm also starting to believe that there is different types of these realms for different belief systems. And for me, like I said, I worship dragons, so killing a dragon kind of equals heresy. So, um, it kind of equals heresy to kill a dragon. So it's kind of in, it may sound kind, it does, I will say it does sound weird, but it's kind of how I believe, and um, I want to bring that into my stories because I want to write a story, but I just don't know where to go with it right now. But I kind of do want to write a story. So using my belief system, and that's where you will learn more, where people will learn more about my beliefs. This is just kind of a quick overview. But so when I'm fighting dragons like an Elden Ring, I kind of feel bad when I defeat them due to my beliefs. And when it comes down to it, I'm trying to take this as serious as possible. So yeah, I'm trying not to be too crazy on this, because it is everybody has a different faith, and that's what I think people should have is faith. Because because faith is what kind of keeps people in some type of spirits, kind of good spirits, and that's so whatever you believe in is what you should have faith in, and that means if you worship a single god, if you worship multiple gods, so be it. But for me, it's the worship of dragons and their power, but not just in a sense power, but I don't think dragons only have um, power. They have their intelligence, and they keep an eye on people, on the ones that they're supposed to keep an eye on. So keeping so I think people do have to keep like their own faith to them to them. And that means if you believe in something different than what I believe in, like I said, so be it. That's I'm not here to change a person's ideas. I'm just here to kind of say what I believe, and that's what sorry, that just pissed me off. But I hate those same things. But um, it's kind of what it's. I think what makes us people is the fact that we all do have different types of beliefs, and that's what makes us who we are. And um, our faith makes us who we are, and some of us had to find it took longer than others to find what we believe in. And I think that's natural. Some of us may start with a certain belief structure, but in the end, we find something else. And I think everybody has to find their own belief system, because I don't think everybody has their. You may start out with one belief system, but then eventually you might have to find your own belief system. And I think that makes more sense is that we as people need to find that. And like I said, it may not start out as the same system because I know for me it didn't. For me, I grew up in a religious family, not going to church type, but they were really still very religious. And to me, it just did not. It didn't cope with me, and that's something that I've grown up learning. But I could tell I'm a lot happier now than I was when I was trying to find myself. And now that I've kind of found myself, I'm in a place that is better for me. So my beliefs did change who I am, but not in a manner of completely changing who I am. So I think that's kind of all I have to say right now. If there any questions come up, um, I can explain more about how I believe and what I believe. But as of right now, I think that's everything that I can think of. I'm not going to, like I said, this is I'm not going into detail on everything I believe. I'm not. This is just telling you, telling people that I worship dragons. I believe that there are multiple, possibly multiple spirit realms, um, and that we are reincarnated, um, but we're maybe not reincarnated into this realm of existence. So that could be something that is different than most people. But overall, this is just to explain a little about who, kind of my belief structures and what I want to put in my own stories due to what I believe. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it because it, like I said, it's supposed to be an overview, and I think that's how I'm going to leave it with. So if you have been watching to the end, and thanks, and um, I will say thanks um, for all the subscribers I've been getting over the course. I've been trying to pump out content, but I'm starting to wonder if I need to slow my content down and go back to 3 days and maybe just put shorts in between. I'm not sure, but this was just a little something I decided to throw together and say, hey, this is my some of my personal beliefs, and if you may find it weird, you may find it weird, but I don't I don't care. If you kind of think the same way I do, that would I would love to know. But overall, that's kind of what I was going to say in this video. So thanks for watching if you've been watching, and or not watching but listening to it, because the game is actually background sound. So that's why. Laters.